Today is day 12 of this RV hauler build named CHUGGS. Previously, on day 11, you saw us installing what we call porcupines and some underbed storage. Today, we're gonna dig deeper into custom steps and what we call our umbilical. Join us. I'm Gregg from RV Haulers, and those of you following along on this Mack build, it is day 12. And what we're doing, if you haven't been here before, is we're showing you all the tips and tricks and the little tasks involved in converting this 2019 Mack Anthem into an RV hauler that's going to allow it to pull not only the largest of recreational fifth wheel trailers, but put a 4x4 Daihatsu mini jet K-truck from Japan up on top of the bed. If you'd like to see what's happening this day, join me in this video. As you can tell, these guys don't wait for me to make videos. Things keep happening no matter whether I pull out this camera or not. So just to catch you up on where we are today, Rob is working on installing the steps that are gonna allow easy access up onto the bed. And on this side, you see Austin and Dan creating what we call the umbilical. So there are two boxes that are going to be installed, one there and one there, on either side of this air cushioning fifth wheel hitch. And we're going to have a tube, we call it an umbilical, that's going to go between these boxes and allow us to install the ramp or carry the ramps in there. So wherever possible, we are always using our carbon fiber reinforced polymer, our CANBed material. This one's really dusty, but you can kind of see the carbon fiber material in there. And they're fabricating that right now. So that is that the floor or the roof? The floor. All right, that's the floor of the umbilical. And we're using...
That's why we're putting the bolts in going downwards.
Ah, the points are pointing.
So they're going upwards this way, but if we flip it over, then the bolts are downwards.
So again, Austin's kind of talking into this microphone, so sorry. If you didn't hear that, the bolts are pointing downwards. So the objective is the inside of this umbilical or tube is really kind of clear, other than having these little bolt heads exposed on the inside. We want to have a smooth path for the ramps to be pushed through. So this material, you know, it's lighter than aluminum, stronger than aluminum, but believe it or not, we kind of treat it almost like wood. We're cutting it, bolting it together, and let me show you, all unedited, right? We just kind of roll here. You can see these are going to be, they're dirty and dusty right now. So Rob is getting ready to install these steps. There's going to be one down here and one about there. So early in business, one of my business mentors said, surround yourself with people who make you look good. And I think he should have also said, surround yourself with people that are as picky as you.
Yeah.
You agree? Are we really picky? So what you're seeing Austin do here is he is evenly measuring every single bolt that's going in there.
I don't have to.
You don't. You're never going to see it.
It's going to be under the truck for the rest of its life.
It's going to be hidden, never see it.
But I'm going to know.
But it's kind of the way we roll. Every bolt is centered on every single piece, equidistant. There we go, drilling now.
I just want to show people what happens when you don't use vacuum and drill.
Oh yeah, let's show why.
This is why we use a vacuum. Now there is a little cloud hovering over there.
Yeah. So cumulatively, we're drilling these hundreds of times. We don't want that in our shop or in us. So we just vacuum up the dust.
I think that's the first time we've ever showed them that what it looks like when you don't vacuum it.
It's a first for everything. Little dab will do ya, thread locker.
rough side up,
Yep.
the smooth side down. Because what's going in here, just gonna
Scrape the crap out of it, yep.
Okay, the sides, you might as well make them look a little bit better. So match it up exactly what the bottom piece should be, the exact same length.
That feel alright? Want me to loosen it?
No.
You want to bolt up each side?
No, we'll wait till we drill them all.
Okay.
Yeah. Wunderbar.
Yes. Yeah.
And if we got him, we're not using that.
Please, sir.
I had to do math there. Holy.
Maybe the lid for the umbilical. And over here, there's the side steps coming along. You like power tools?
I'm not really doing it on the stainless because the head tends to strip a lot, so I like just using hand tools.
You're a purist, that's what you are.
There's
Sorry,
a lot of
you
power
just had to sit through
tools.
that long
It's
threading.
just that on the stainless, with the way it galls with
Yeah.
power tools, just want to be slow and steady. Just got to come forward down in here.
Are you happy with it? Give me a bouncy test. Tell me what you were doing there a second ago. Oh yeah. Moving the whole truck. You're shaking the truck. Nice.
What I was supposed to do?
The gents here have started to bring in some of these panels. We've got a couple ones left to do. And of course, if you're getting one of our DIY beds, this is all pre-cut for you, and all these holes are pre-drilled. So they're just being super careful, getting everything square. Because of course, if you aren't square, if you're out just a 32nd of an inch at the front, by the time you get to the back, it's out quite a bit. So clamping things down as we go is very helpful to make sure that things don't move and we stay square. So the guys are also getting ready for bolting the deck down. So all hot dip galvanized hardware. They've got these button heads on them, so they're not quite as same as the ones that are here on the side. Having a few of these clamps, frame clamps are handy. And I'll take you around to boogie lights next. Our second batch of boogie lights came in, and the Underglow boogie lights are really significant. So they're mounted on these really wide, this is probably almost 3/4 of an inch wide, lots of 3M VHB tape, so extra VHB tape, and incredibly well protected. So these are, rubber, I don't know what it'd be. It'd be a clear rubber, I think. It's all flexible and soft, so those LEDs are incredibly well protected inside of this. And what they do for the underglow, remember, we're putting these strips on the bottom of the metal frame, the steel frame that runs the length. Remember, we sanded and painted that so we had a great adhesion location. They send them in 52-inch lengths or 42 or whatever lengths you want. They have 22s,
You can get any length.
but the way that we found is the best for wiring these is so starting at one end, work your way forward, butt them together, have the wires come out together in one location. That way it saves some of your wiring. But here's some of the tools you're going to need for doing these boogie lights. They supply you with really good quality 6 wire, but we only use 5. But they supply you with this heavy wire. In this build, they did not supply the loom. We are. So either 1/4 inch or 3/8 is kind of a happy size to work with. Amazon is your friend there.
And we use the 1/2 inch for the joints, wherever there's a joint of the connectors.
Because it's so thick.
Because
Yeah.
it's thicker, so we put 1/2 inch on that and taped it all.
We don't want to get underneath the truck with you because it'll be really hard to try to show you all of this.
And we don't want to fix it, so we do it right.
So when you're connecting these wires to your supply wire, we're using, this is a 22-16 crimp and heat shrink.
Depending.
Now, but there's times where you may have more wires coming together. So there's times where you may also have to have the 16-14 gauge blue butt connectors. And you want a really good dripper, good quality crimp connector, a crimper, and a sharp knife because you're going to want to score the supply wire. And remember, only score it, don't go all the way through. We've already shown you a lot of this wiring technique, but If you happen across this video on its own, please be aware that there's a whole boogie light section where we've done already boogie lights, stop tail turn and underglow and other loom in this video, so we didn't want to duplicate it too much. But just a few tricks where don't put your wire like, oh, sorry. Safety, you got your safety glasses on, Austin? Don't put your boogie lights like this because you have too many connection points. Put them so that we minimize our connection points. Another thing to consider is you do have a couple points, one of them being right there where the airbags are. The airbag is on pressing against the bottom of the frame in the case of this. A Volvo is the same, a Mack is the same. So there is a section there where, you know, we do want to have the boogie lights on the underside of the frame pointing down, but because the airbag is sitting right there, it does stop and restart. But for the most part, it's a continual run front to back.
I wanted to point out that Boogie Lights says on their website that the reason they like the shorter lengths is it's easier to handle when you're putting it underneath the truck. When you're underneath there, you're trying to go past cables or wires or hoses or whatever. It's just easier, according to Boogie Lights, to have the shorter lengths, like 52 inches max.
What I'm guessing too, Austin, is I think, you know, these are exposed to rocks and things underneath the frame. I think there's an opportunity, you know, years down the road that one of those is going to get binged or hit and broken. So by having multiple small sections, if you do have a failure, it's not knocking out 5 meters or 15 feet of boogie lights. It's only knocking out one little section that can be replaced easier.
Yeah, that's part of their philosophy, maybe, future repairs. But they're on their website. I just noticed that on one of their instructional videos.
Well, I think what we should do is let's maybe just see the tools these guys are using for bolting down the deck next. So at this point in our build, we have the top decking pieces have the holes pre-drilled, but now that we have them exactly mounted where we want, we're going to drill through the 8-inch C-channel. I just want to show you what Rob is using. So this is a tile bit. So it's designed to go through either concrete or tile. Ah, the sound of the nut dropping.
Yeah, but it's not a 10mm socket.
What?
At least it's a nut, not a 10mm socket, and you never find the socket.
Yeah. So we're impacting from the top, I know, but what you saw Rob do from the bottom was he was using the wrench and giving it the last final torque just to make sure that we're up to our torque spec. Go. Good. Go till it stopped. With this Ryobi in a full battery, we've measured the torque. And my hand, Rob, from the bottom has given it the last confirmation that we got there. Good to go?
Great. I already cut myself on it. Whoops.
There's lots of wire there. It ain't perfect.
Well, I know I don't need this all, so I'm going to be tying some of it up,
Yeah.
but I cut into the wires a little bit there. I went too tight.
So I'm going to be kind to Austin, and I'm not going to remind him how many hundreds more of those crimps we have left to do. Were you listening? Just a little. That was really mean.
Well, I already reminded myself anyway. Oh, but. Hooray! After we have them all, once the corner's all done, we can take the clamps off.
You got enough bolts,
Everything's
clamps?
nice and solid down. We could just do the insides. Try to get the border all aligned and all these all nice and straight.
I'm just drilling, bro.
Everything.
Sorry.
Go. Okay, it's right there.
After those last bolts are tightened up, as you can see, we're going to start to transition to putting on our Airline tracking. So the plan for this one is we've got all the measurements for that K truck, so we know exactly where the tracking is going to go for the chocks this direction. But what these customers also want is the flexibility to be able to just tie down anything, right? So load motorcycles this way. They've got a few nice ones. Optionally, golf carts, side-by-side, quads, e-bikes, or a load of lumber, right? This Airline tracking is incredibly strong stuff, and there's a multitude of connections that you can put in here. D-rings, single rings, and of course we have our chock system. So we'll start to transition to this pretty soon today as well.
Sorry, I don't have any new material.
This is what we're loading on this RV hauler named CHUGGS. Is a Japanese Daihatsu Jumbo K-truck. And what's important here is where we're going to be putting this tracking. And I've got a whole separate video where you can see an introduction to these Daihatsu Jumbos. So I'll have a link down to that below. It'll be in this video series as well. The other thing that I have is I've got a dedicated and very detailed video on measuring anything. So if you have plans to put up a 2-door Jeep, a 4-door Jeep, a Bronco, a side-by-side, a whatever, SUV, car, sports car, I've got a video that teaches you how to measure and the tolerances that are required. And as well, the distance from the back of what you're loading to where you need to put the fifth wheel. That distance being about 56 inches from the back bumper or the back of whatever you're loading to where the pin is of your fifth wheel. So go take a look for those videos. The links will be down below. But in this case, you can see we've got, I think it was 24¼ inches from the front bumper to where the center of the tracking is gonna go. First one, where that's the wheel chock position. And then we've got another one, which is from the front bumper going underneath here. There will be a wheel chock behind the rear wheel at 115 inches. So we're gonna measure that out on the bed now and start to plan out our airline tracking. So here's how this is gonna work. We have a 24-inch drum, which will take us to here. You wanna leave 6 inches. So you wanna have the front bumper of the K-truck right here at 30. So 30's right there. Here, let's just push this back now. All right, thank you. So that's where the 30 was. Now we want to go 24¼ back. So the first tracking will be at 24¼ and then the next one is going to be 107 from this location. So end of drum, 6 inches of wiggle room, then add 24¼ to the first tracking. And then the next one's going to be 118. And the back of the K-truck is going to be about here. And if Greggy's math is all good, we should have 56 inches approximately from the pin of that fifth wheel hitch to where the back bumper of the K-truck is going to be. I measured, I double checked. I know I'm good. I don't know how Austin drew the short straw today, but he's been underneath this truck for a little while now. It's just after lunch.
Well, it's because I'm short-handed.
No, we're not talking about that. So Austin has progressed all the way kind of midship here. That's done, and he reports he's got only one more wire, which is underneath here. One more grouping. Cluster. It's not a cluster. That has a negative connotation.
Yeah, it's a grouping.
It's a grouping. I like that.
Grouping is a very good word.
Remaining in the wiring. The key to mounting this tracking is to use stainless hardware. And there's an example of what we're using. A little bit hard to find. These are a little bit like treasures, and I do bring them in special from a supplier. And this is the exact tracking that is in the underside of airplanes. So when you see those big cargo kind of containers going in underneath the plane, this is what they tie it to. So this stuff is crazy strong, and all of the things that clip into here rated as well. So I do recommend use this, and surface mount seems to be the best way to go. And if you look, there are bolts in here I think it's probably every 5 inches or so. 4 inches? Okay. I could be wrong. Austin could be wrong. It's there you go, it is every 4 inches. Good eye, sir.
That drives my wife crazy.
So we'll keep putting this on. Now I have a favor to ask of you after the noise stops. We've shown you a lot of stuff in this video here today. Thanks for sticking it out, but I have a favor to ask. Is there something you saw that you have more questions about? Or is there something I skipped or missed or that you'd particularly like to see? I'm making these videos for you folks. So please give us some direction here and help us guide these future videos so that they're useful for you. So please pose those questions down below. I personally try to respond to every single one. Even if you're watching this video months or a year or two down the road, I still watch and I try to answer as many of these questions as I can. I'm Gregg from RV Haulers. I'm just gonna call it there. We're not quite at the end of our day 12 yet, but this is what we're gonna be continuing to do for the remainder of the day. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you're interested in what you're seeing. If you find this interesting and you wanna see the next ones, also hit that little bell icon because that's the only way you're gonna know that I posted the next day's video. I'm Gregg from RV Haulers. Thanks for watching, and everybody please drive safe.